Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Belfour. Which one will cut down nets Monday night in San Antonio? Walter Clayton Jr. and L.J. Cryer, top two leading scorers in this NCAA tournament. Their teams clashing for the Natty Monday night. And this is something's got to give. Florida, 85 points per game this season. Third in Division I. Houston, allowing 58.5 points per game. First in Division I. Houston has held all 5 opponents in this tournament at least 10 points below its season average. The national championship Monday night, about 9 p.m. Eastern time on CBS. This national championship preview is presented by Belfour Property Restoration. Our cavalcade of stars from San Antonio, Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, and Tim Doyle. And Avery, we are in a similar situation here with L.J. Cryer. A chance to win a second national championship, one with Baylor in 2021. You have the experience with Houston. You know what they're able to do. You know Florida, their length, Walter Clayton Jr. When you look at these two teams, how do they stack up?
Well, when I look at these two teams, obviously Houston, best defensive team in the country. And they showed it in that second half against Duke. Relentless pressure, tenacity. They rebound the basketball at a high level. And they know how to zero in and eliminating three-point shooters from the game, which they did with Tyrese Proctor. But unfortunately for Houston, we talked about Duke having, some pros. I don't know how many pros Florida have, but I just know from top to bottom, their 8-man rotation is unlike anything the University of Houston have seen all year. And, oh, by the way, Walter Clayton Jr., he's a guy that can really attack this Houston defense. Dribble handoffs, pick and rolls. He knows how to split the pick and rolls, isolations. They're not going to have an answer for Walter Clayton Jr. And then Elijah Martin, his backcourt mate, this guy's been to the Final Four before with Florida Atlantic. He's back again. He's the reason why they beat a tough Connecticut team that won back-to-back championships. So he's not going to be afraid of the spotlight. But the last thing is, the size and the versatility of this Florida front line can overwhelm teams, and that's one of the reasons why this is going to be a really exciting game. But this Florida team, there's no turning back.
Yeah, I think this will be a really exciting matchup because, Florida's offense is so prevalent. I think it overshadows their defense a little bit. We all know that Houston's probably the best defensive team in the country, but Florida's a top 10 defensive team in the country themselves. And I think it'll be really hard for Houston because, Florida averages 85 points and Houston, has held their opponents to 10 points less than that. If they get to 75, that'll still be a really tough challenge for Houston because, they struggle to score. And I think, like you said, with Florida's defensive length on the front line and also their guard play, I think it'll be really tough for Houston to get to 75 points. So I think it will be that race to 75 to see if Florida can get there. And I think if they get there, they'll be national champions on Monday.
You know what I love about both of these squads? They have never say die attitudes. I mean, Florida's been down in every game, and they were down at half to Auburn. And Akeem, you had a great stat when Auburn led by 5 or more points at halftime. They had not lost the game the entire year. Until now.
Yep.
Because that's Florida. They keep coming after you. And then what we saw from Houston today, you're going to remember this game for probably the rest of your television career, where you were when Cooper Flagg and Duke were up 14 points with 8 minutes left, and everyone was expecting it to be Duke and Florida in the national championship game. But I have to beg. I got to play it, Akeem, because I had Florida winning the national championship, and then I jumped ship. But I have seen the light, Gator fans, okay? I'm going to get back on the bandwagon, pick Florida in this game. Akeem, can I do that? Can I jump off and jump on? Because I'm back on again.
Here's what I'll say. You picked Florida on Selection Sunday, so I'm going to hold you to your original pick of the Gators on Selection Sunday. My pick was Houston. So now it's you against me on Monday night, Tim. Somebody's going to have a bag. I don't know if it's going to be you. I don't know if it's going to be me. It's going to be fun. This is going to be a hell of a game. I mean, I don't know if you brought your money bag with you, but I cannot wait for this game. And Avery, the coaching discrepancy, 30 years, Kelvin Sampson and Todd Golden. How do you look at that when you look at the storyline of the two head coaches?
Well, similar, in the semifinal game, Kelvin Sampson, his teams play with ton of confidence. He's got such a serious culture. These guys, they don't even have shoot-arounds. Their shoot-arounds are practices. They dive on the floor in shoot-arounds, and they really take on the personality of their coach. Coach Golden is a little bit more laid back. Obviously, he was on Bruce Pearl's staff, years ago. Two different approaches, two different communication styles. I believe Coach Golden is probably PG. We know Coach Sampson, I've been in his practices. They're a little bit R-rated. But when you look at both of these coaches, they've gotten the best and the most out of their teams, and I believe they're going to be ready to play on Monday night.
Yeah, I think, Coach Sampson is a Hall of Fame head coach. I mean, when you go 19-1 in the Big 12, you got to be doing something right. And I think that's a testament to, who he recruits. He recruits not only the best players, but players that fit his culture, because it's tough to be in that culture. Like you said, they're diving on the floor. They're, in their summer workouts, they take the rims off the hoops, and you're just playing defense all summer. And that takes a special kind of basketball player to do that all summer. And I think that's just a testament to his culture and how great of a coach he is.
Well, to win 32 games 4 straight years in a climate where it's impossible to retain players, I think speaks to Kelvin Sampson's greatness. But I do think there's something to be said about what Florida had to deal with, because they had some adversities with Todd Golden. He had some off-the-court issues, and that can break a team apart. And he had a bunch of transfers. Guys had to figure out roles. You look at his backcourt, whether it's Martin or Richard or Clayton, those guys were all at mid-majors. They come to Florida, and everyone really understands their role. But Akeem, I will say this. This will be the storyline that we will be talking about on Monday. Houston, we have a problem.
And his name is Walter Clayton Jr.
Hunter, who's going to be more important to his team, Walter Clayton Jr. or L.J. Cryer?
I think it's Walter Clayton Jr. without a doubt. I mean, he's carried them the past couple games, and if we get the Walter Clayton that showed up today, it's going to be a really tough matchup for Houston. I mean, they're going against the hottest player in the country at the most important time of the season.
And just think, if Walter Clayton Jr. didn't decide to transfer to Florida, remember, he was at Iona with Coach Pitino. If he was with St. John's this year, they're probably in the Final Four because of their scoring droughts that they had in their game against Arkansas. But this kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He means so much to his team. And remember, when he crosses half court, similar to L.J. Cryer, he's within his range.
I actually can't believe, Akeem, how fantastic he has been in this tournament. It just seems like he's turning it up a notch every game. UConn made some big shots in that game. That was a dramatic win for Florida. And you were like, whoa, he played awesome. And then he goes to Texas Tech, and he's backing up, hitting threes, and they have this dramatic comeback. It's like no way he can play on this stage as well as he did against Texas Tech. Well, I was wrong. He played even better. He was out of this world in this game. I don't know. I called Florida, and this is why I didn't pick them against Auburn. How many times can Florida keep pressing the Walter Clayton button? They pressed it a lot. He keeps answering. I just wonder if he has a game where he goes 4 for 18, can they actually win? I don't think they can.
Walter Clayton Jr. and L.J. Cryer, the top 2 leading scorers in this tournament. Florida's won 11 in a row. Houston has won 18 in a row. Any of you picking Houston to win on Monday night? Raise your hand if you're picking Houston. Me. I'm the only one then. I'm the only one in this segment picking Houston. And here's why. Houston, we have a national champion. They're 3 hours away from home. This is a virtual home game. Get it done for Kelvin Sampson, Avery. Get it done, Cougars. You came back from down 14 against Duke with 8 minutes to play. You can take down Florida. Give me the points.
I think we need to get one of those pregame speeches again, Hakeem. I think you need to give them, in the pregame.
Yeah, we need a pregame speech.
Turn out the lights.
Yep. Hey.
The party's over Monday night.
For the love. Oh, for the love. Monday night, I'm giving a pregame speech. Monday night, I'm giving a pregame speech. I'll see you guys Monday. Appreciate you. Our cavalcade of stars, Avery Johnson, Hunter Dickinson, Tim Doyle. Something's got to give matchup. Florida is looking to win its third national championship in school history. Houston looking to win its very first. One more win for Kelvin Sampson. It's 800 for his career. Houston also trying to become the first team to win a national title in their home state since UCLA in 1975 when they won in San Diego. Monday night, we're in San Antonio on CBS.